Hello and welcome everybody who is watching, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. This is Apocalypse World Second Edition, set in New Gauntlet City Comics, or well, New Gauntlet Comics, group effort for games usually set in superheroic scenes. This is more Commandy at Earth's End. This is more gritty and different than other comics. It'll be set in the universe known as the American Empire, a Fallout style universe where radiation, war, and different technologies took over. It is the year 2043, and we're still fighting Nazis, which means it's just something else to punch and maybe shoot, because this is like a 90s image comic, just hopefully written better and with actual plot. I am your facilitator, Ferret, also known as Sawyer. I use any pronouns. You cannot misgender me unless you're being a dick. Don't be a dick. And I will I am the head of Fahrenheit Games. We also have a Patreon going now with Monster Heart skins being released 2 times a month. Hopefully, new things will be coming out in a bit after that. With that said, let's introduce these players and their characters. Let's go around in character keeper order. So, Kyle, would you introduce yourself and your character? You're muted somehow.
Sorry, the mic has a separate mute button I bump sometimes. Um, I'm Kyle, he, any, and I'm playing Lively, she, her, the brainer of the group. So, yeah. She's got unnatural lust transfixion, so I can seduce with weird instead of hot. Deep brain scan, so I can basically plant commands in people's heads. And also the special brainer gear from the what was the name of that Codex issue?
Glamour 2?
Yes, Glamour 2. The void restraints. I can basically use people as an antenna for augury.
Did you take deep brain scan or in brain puppet strings? Because I thought you had the move for.
You're right. I think it is the in-brain puppet strings. I put the wrong title up there. I'll switch
Okay,
that.
no problem. Just wanted to check. And up next are no one. Bethany, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Bethany. They, them pronouns. I'm all over the internet under my real name. Uh, I'm playing Rat, the no one, who is. So I don't know much about them, and that is completely fine because they don't know much about themselves. They just are here. They don't know where they came from or how they got here or what the hell happened. But they do have and know how to drive this hovering flying van thing. So that's cool.
And well needed in these times. And up next, Jim, would you introduce yourself and your character?
I am playing the Gunlugger. I'm playing the Gunlugger Calliope Midnight. We are the fire in the night. We are the torch that stands against the shadow. We are the dawn that breaks the darkness. We are the child of Echidna. So I am playing a character that spins out of Coven Prime. I am playing the granddaughter of a monster hunter from the Coven Prime series. So she is half human and half like she's a mix of human and Medusa. She's got the blood of Echidna and of the ODA clan of monster hunters running through her. So she is her gender, actually, we should say their gender is transgressing. It's tough to identify. Kind of vaguely feminine, but like their anatomy doesn't work the way that like a typical humans does. They've got, snakes for hair that they wear braided back like that, like you see and stuff like that. And battered old armor, which is a like ancient battered like like a black leather trench coat with like Kevlar plates, sewn into it that have been, resewn and repatched and stuff. And it's like, this is the thing where like, is it really my grandfather's coat? Because I've repaired it so many times that none of the actual original stuff is still there. Like, I'll fight you if you say it's not, but like it's been repaired a few times. Scarred face, they've been in a few fights. Sad eyes and a hard body, just rock solid. 0% body fat kind of thing going on. So, let's see. She's hard. They're hard, but not, but they didn't. I didn't max that out. They're hard and they're sharp, so they're smart about getting into fights and do a lot of analyzing the situation before they go on. Not great at making relationships, so definitely got that. I'm not to be fucked with. In battle, I count as a small gang with harm and armor according to my gear. I've got battlefield instincts, which means when I open my brain to the world's psychic maelstrom, when I'm in a battle, I can use hard instead of weird. I'm otherwise not terribly attuned to that stuff. And I'm blood crazed whenever I inflict harm. I inflict extra harm. And what else? I've got a fuck off big gun. I've got a serious gun, and I've got a backup weapon. And the backup weapon is the ODA family sword that I carry around with me that somehow seems to never need sharpening, no matter what I use to hack it up with. But when that's not going to do the trick, I've got like a big old shotgun that's got some armor piercing slugs in it, and I have something that is statted as a grenade launcher, but is actually like a glove from a suit of power armor that has like a big blaster in the middle of the palm that I can kind of crank it and. But that's the only thing I can do with it, is like shoot a big blast out of it. So, but yeah, but that's Calliope.
I really enjoy it. This is going to be very fun. And last but not least, John, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm John. I use he/him pronouns, and my character is Bleak, Dr. Bleaker, if you want to be more formal. He is an old soldier who has just trying to survive and with everything that's fallen apart. So he wants to help people. He was involved with some kind of magic technology upgrade during the war. So that's kind of what he keeps him together, but he still has, all of his tools in his pack and everything. And mainly he just wants to help whoever he can, but he is a little bit hard and pretty sharp, and he looks like a bit of an older guy, wearing just old camo military attire type stuff that's real beat up. And he carries a big, not a big, but a sawed-off shotgun that he just kind of like carries it around. He has no interest in using it, but he will if he needs to.
No problem. And do we want to stat out where we're going to be starting, or our relationships first? Go ahead.
Well, I think if we know where we are, that might help us figure out how we're getting along and where we might have run into each other. And
So I was thinking is a good thing. So we have two hard holds to choose from immediately in the NPCs tab on the character keeper. This is Silk Street and Freehold. Freehold is a place for the outcast, the weird, the monstrous, and the adopted. If you can come to the court of Baleful Yuan and prove your worth, you are accepted. And if you prove you can protect those under your care, you can be knighted. But for all its wonders and weirdness, it's weird. And sometimes the guests can get rowdy and things can get odd, and there may be something of a weird cult allowed to come and go as they please. We don't really talk about that. And Silk Street is the residence of the warlord Ida Baum, a grizzled old veteran of the wars that set up the zone of Chains End. She is something of a mother figure to several of the old apocalypse of the old generation of the Apocalypse Angels, and a grandmother to the new. And Silk Street is nice, not as free as some of the other places, cause to protect this wonderfulness, you need rules, and rules sometimes mean stamping down authority. And of course, there's also the chance to have these as our neighbors and make a place completely of our own if neither of these places appeal to us. So I guess character keeper order, I'll say lively. Do either of these places appeal to you, or do you want to, or do you think you might want to help create your own? Kyle?
Sorry, I get. I'm leaning towards Freehold personally. That sounds fun, but I'm good with the other options as well.
No sweat. Bethany?
I mean, I'm good with any of them. None of the options is like jumping out at me as better than the others. So
Jim? Uh,
I like having some rules to push back against.
no sweat. And John?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Silk Street because I know Baleful Yon from back during the war, and he's not as nice as he seems. So
No sweat. So yeah, let's set up at Silk Street is the wondrous glamour brocade of this place in this place of dampened urban decay, and this is the basically the glamorous Mardi Gras festival street of the zone of Chains End. Um, if you can dream of it, it may be here. It may be expensive, but it may be here. And what? Let's go around and see like where you might be set up in this place. So like a thing I like from Burned Over is you usually have a like place of residence equal to your barter and the zone you're in. So let's go around in reverse character keeper order. Bleak. Where do you think you would reside in a place like this?
I'm not sure with there is a
We're studying
with it being the kind of Mardi Gras type place, there is there's not a whole lot of space for
Like we have a group
to
project.
establish a spot.
So I'm trying
So
to tell it's a group project.
Bleak kind of goes wherever he has, wherever he can. So right now he is in what used to be an apartment, but has been kind of destroyed. That sits above a what remains of a butcher shop that is still going.
Oh, that is delightfully thematic. Calliope, where do you rest your head?
I rest my head. So this is in the like in the hard hold here.
Yes, or you can be on the outskirts if you'd like, depending on how you feel you fit in here.
Oh, I think you know what? I am yeah, I think I'm kind of at the edge. Um and uh oh, you know what? I've got like the penthouse, like the top floor of some otherwise pretty blasted, not really used all that much, like an office tower.
That
Um,
works.
Whatever, like multi-story building, and I'm up on the top of it, and I have kind of like basically like I've put up tarps and stuff like that, but I'm on the roof, and I've got a like a counterweight pulley elevator that I have put in the blasted out elevator shaft that gets me up and down.
I like it. Rat, where what place do you reside at?
Anywhere with a roof that nobody's kicked me out of yet.
Fair and lively. With your insane amount of barter, where do you reside?
Uh, the playbook suggests that if I, like, as a gig, I could serve a wealthy NPC as a kept brainer. Uh, I was wondering if I could be like Ida Bomb's kept brainer, maybe, and
You definitely can.
I'd be wherever he put me up, I guess.
Yeah, she would gladly have you in
Oh,
his. No, they are by gender, she and he.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And I will be freely interchanging during the talks, so don't. Sorry about that for the confusion. But yeah, she will gladly put you up in. I think Ida Bomb is many things. Subtle is not one of them. I think this is an old Regions bank with the literal gold domes, known as the Glamour Dome. And
Nice.
yeah, you can have your like. I think you even have like your own personal room, something very luxurious.
All right then.
Yeah. So now that we know where we are in this place, let's set our history with each other. Lively, since we're on you, let's ask your questions, or the ones you want to ask at least.
Which one of you has slept in my presence, knowingly or not?
That might be me. I mean, if I sleep anywhere I can find a roof and nobody kicked me out, yeah, that's, I think unknowingly.
So, like, I came across Rat while sorry, what are Rat's pronouns?
That's a good question. I think it's part of the not knowing. No, actually, I forgot to roll the dice. Uh, they, them. I don't need to roll
Okay.
twice for that. It's the post-apocalypse.
So I guess I came across them on like a rooftop or some thing without them realizing. That's cool. Which one of you have I been watching carefully in secret?
Can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Can we snake on the questions so that we
Yeah.
can build on answers as we go?
Let's do that then. So yeah, Rat, you only have one question. Choose who you're going to ask it to first.
Yeah, let me look. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. There are too many.
Have you shared your food with me? Yes or no?
Yeah. So this is a good time to remember people's names. Yeah, so Lively, have you shared food with me?
Yes, I think she'd definitely find you a curiosity, if nothing else.
Fair.
Okay. Calliope.
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, I mean your question next.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So now we know.
There we go. Well, we'll see. Which one of you once left me bleeding and did nothing for me?
I might have.
Really interesting. The doctor. All right.
Yeah, which make color the question you ask next, Bleak.
Okay. Which one of you do I figure is doomed for self-destruction?
I mean, that's probably me.
Makes
That
sense
makes-
why he left you then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back.
Yeah.
to-
Well, why patch somebody up who's just going to go out and do the exact same thing again? Why build a house in the flood zone again?
Oh, it's so bitter. I love it. Lively, your next question.
Which one of you have I been watching carefully in secret? Uh, Midnight seems pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, that totally plays.
It'd be either that or like why the doctor left Calliope to bleed out.
Well, I'm someone who you want to make sure. I'm also someone you want to make sure their loyalties are, firmly in the right place.
Very fair. You are very scary. You
Yes,
are terrifying.
Yeah.
Rat, who else are you going to ask about your food?
Bleak, have you shared your food with me?
Probably.
Okay. For this one.
What?
That's easy.
Calliope, your next question.
Which one of you has fought shoulder to shoulder with me? I think that's Rat. I think it's,
Okay.
like I'm totally like in my head, that's totally Fury Road. Like, like more like fought shoulder to shoulder, more like we ended up somewhere in a fight and I like dragged you along and you kept up with me. Does that check out?
Yep, sure.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay.
If I stand behind her, or if I stand behind them, I'm not going to get shot. Hopefully.
Okay.
Bleak, your next question.
Which one of you put a hand in when it mattered and helped me save a life?
Oh, it's getting more Fury Road by the second.
I think that might have been me.
Okay. Lively.
Now, why did you do it, Lively?
I think an augury told me that it might be useful to keep the person alive.
Yeah, it's not like that's very good intimate time and contact too.
Excellent point. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, and your final question, Lively.
This will be for Bleak. So I guess, Bleak, do you evidently dislike and distrust me, or do I just have weird insights into you?
What was, or just you have weird insights?
Yeah, either. So the two questions I have left are which one of you most evidently dislikes and distrusts me, and if that one doesn't work for you, then I just have like a weird insight into you.
I like the weird insight. You got a weird insight into me.
All right.
No sweat. And Rat, are you going to ask even though you probably know the answer?
Oh, I just assumed, already said, but Calliope, have you ever shared your food with me?
So I'm going to say yes, because and that's why I like to do it like this, because the answer to we fought shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, I've shared food with you.
Okay.
And not in a like sit down and we had dinner together, but in a like here's my canteen you're gonna have to keep on your feet. We'll
Mhm.
split this food bar in half. Um, so that we don't whatever like lose electrolytes. Very practical.
Yeah. And Calliope, your last question.
So my last question is, which one of you is prettiest and or smartest? And I definitely think that Lively is the smartest of any of us.
And the final one from Bleak.
The last one. Um, well, it's which one of you all along and has seen everything I've seen? I'm fine if
You are cutting out pretty badly on my end.
no.
Now it seems to be that seems to be stabilizing a bit, but
Okay. This one is which one of you has been beside me all along and has seen everything I've seen? Do you
again, you
Froze again.
yeah, but
And
it's
the one you've got left is Rat, but you also don't have to take a third one if you don't want to. It's basically you can take 1, 2, or 3 if you don't think that
yeah.
fits for
If that
any of
doesn't fit, you can just take the remaining.
'Cause if I have, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I didn't.
You're muted.
does that work a little bit better now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so my last one is I wanted to ask Rat if they think it applies. It is they've been crap, I lost it. They've been by my side through a while. Let me once.
Yeah, I was saying that, like, according to my playbook, if I did or if I was, I don't remember it. But that doesn't make it impossible. Like, you might remember it.
Um,
Yeah,
hmm.
you can just go with the remainder after that instead, just that you know people and can get a +1.
Yeah. If we want no one to be a little bit of a mystery, so I don't want to know too much about their background. So I'll go with the +1.
No sweat. And with that, are we good to populate our world, or should we? How about we take a 10-minute break at the very least, and I'll write some loaded questions, and we'll make some NPCs for our settlement when we get back.
Yep, and highlight stats is the other thing we need to do.
Oh, we're not. Yeah, before we start
Oh,
playing, of
cool.
course.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. I have some loaded questions to give us a few places and faces for our hold and the world around it. So I'll be going in the order I wrote them in. So let's start with Bleak. Who have you brought back from the brink of death that you wish you had left there?
And that's creating an NPC, right? Is that what we're
Correct.
doing? Okay.
Let me put the question into chat just to be sure. You're muted.
Sorry. Um, hmm. I want to say their their name is let's say like Diabolique, and they are a member of um, Ida Bomb's group. What is it called? The Dangerous.
Um, the Apocalypse Angels? Or, oh, the let me check to make sure the her gang. Yeah, the Vogue Danseurs.
The
Yep.
Vogue Danseurs. That's it. Yep.
And Dominique, you said?
Diabolique.
Sounds good.
Oh, I see. Let me write that down. And who has a cache of medical supplies, but enough greed to probably be a dragon?
Um, there's a cache of medical supplies. Um, I want to say, let's say it is Cindy Yuan.
Hmm,
So a relation of Baleful Yuan.
gotcha. I have the perfect person then. And yeah, let's go to Lively. Ida Bomb had you interrogate someone found skirting Silk Street. Who are they, and what did they say they were doing?
Uh, I think they're from another warlord, or hardholder, whatever you want to call it. Uh, and they were sort of like probing for weakness.
Did they give a name, or have they given like maybe a number, an identification
Oh yeah,
sign?
how about they just called themselves third, like Roman numeral 3.
Ooh, okay. And where do you go to relax in Silk Street and get treated like a VIP?
Uh, I probably go to where like Pink Lady hangs out, like her. I'm assuming she has like a bar or some place she goes to relax. I probably go to the same place.
Okay. Um, giving my love of John Waters, do we just want to call it the Pink Flamingo?
Sounds good.
Okay. Makes sense which Pink Lady would go there. And moving on to Rat. Who lets you sleep under their patio when it rains, and sometimes feeds you if they have leftovers?
Uh, uh, I had a game generator all the way up. That's Smokey.
Is this like a thing like out of like any kind of relationship? Is it like out of the kindness of their heart? Do you not know why?
I don't know why. Um, I'd like to think that, they like me in some way, but who knows? Um, uh, maybe, you know, um, maybe they just think I'll hear if anybody's coming and scare them off, or maybe they think of me as a guard dog. I don't know.
Oh Lord. Yeah, and who or what keeps coming to you in dreams?
Who or what?
And feel free to be as like vague as you want. Like this could be like the sky gardener or the car mother kind of things.
A giant blind salamander, like the kind that
Ooh,
lives in caves and is like white and has no eyes, but a huge one.
nice. And finally, last but not least, Calliope. Who deserves the swift feel of a slug to the gut more than any of these fuckers out here?
Oh, uh, yeah, it is definitely, um, hang on a sec. Let me,
Page 38 has a list of like apocalypse names, and if you need a name generator for
uh,
them.
no, I think it's, Kampfhund, Kampfhund, which is German for war dog. Um, and they are the like, uh, they're an assassin who um, does their best to like infiltrate the freeholds and kill escapees, just murder them. Like they know they can't bring them back, and it's too strong for us to, they're too strong for us to, like they can't just like attack us, but they just like, they're like a boogeyman. Yeah, American Empire agent.
Already hates it. And finally, who's always had your back and gives you no shit for your background?
Oh, that's got to be. I want to call her Justice Hammer, but I know her name's not Justice Hammer, but she wears the Justice Hammer suit.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. That's Despa.
okay.
I think me and Despa see eye to eye on some things that maybe other people don't necessarily.
Oh dear Lord, this is terrifying again. Thank you. I love it. And now with that, let's detail our highlights and actually get into the meat of this game for the rest of the time we have. So, in order, Lively, who are you going to choose to highlight for you?
Uh, let's go with Rat.
Um, I mean, everybody seems to be extremely sharp in this group, but I'm going to say sharp anyway.
All right.
And I'll be nice and say weird.
Okay then.
Rat, who are you going to choose?
Yeah, everybody has one. So let's go with Bleak.
And Bleak, do you know what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to put the check boxes on my thing and it not working. Anyways, I'll fix it in a minute. For Rat, I want to see Rat. I want to see Rat be cool.
And what do I want to regret? Yeah, I think I want to see Rat be hot.
Something I'm super good at. Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Midnight or Mix Midnight. Who chooses for you?
Calliope. It's
Calliope.
Calliope. You can call me Calliope. That is it's lively.
All right. Uh, okay, let's lean into the whole gunlugger thing. I'll highlight your hard.
Sold.
Yeah, and I want you to question the fiction, so highlight your sharp.
Excellent.
And Bleak, who highlights for you?
For me, I guess let's go with Calliope.
I think it's supposed to be the person your
Yeah,
HX is highest with,
you
right?
have the highest. You have the person you
Oh,
have the
I'm
highest
sorry.
HX with, so that would be lively.
All right. Uh, I think I'll highlight your weird, I guess. Yeah.
And oh, yes, I'll be kind this time and highlight your sharp. I'm a generous Mustela the first session.
Thank you.
And do we want to have a hard frame open, or we have a beginning of session move, at least one with visions? So let's roll that, and you will get at least a XP for rolling cool.
Let me find my dice too. What the? Oh, okay. It's like what's Dallas dice roller mean? But 7. Wait, what's cool? Do I have any cool at all? I do. 8.
So I hold 2. So good. And I don't think anyone else has a beginning of session move. So I think let's start with a bit of a hard frame, if that's okay with everyone. Um, I think it's the rain is ending, and we pan down from this the. I think actually no. For the first, we have to do the comics cover, which oh, I want to say that this comics cover like everyone's going to get the star on their cover, but I think this is a Calliope. Actually, Calliope, what are you doing on this cover? Make this your own. Like this is your premiere cover, in Apocalypse Angels #1.
Yeah, so I think that this is it's like Calliope is, kind of like it's one of these shots where it's like you're kind of looking up at her from the ground and you can see like kind of a skyscraper rising behind her, and like in her left hand, she's got a sword that's coming down like this. And it's like this thing where like you can see her arm is like this, and you can see like the top of the blade coming up from the bottom of the book, and there's just like a spray of blood coming up, so we can't see whatever it is she's hacking into, but we know they're hacking into something. And they're doing that thing with the other hand where they've got the shotgun and they're like holding it by the slide, and like jacking another round in. Um, and I think that there's like a little blurb there that says, what does it say? Something. Oh, it says, midnight comes to the zone is like the little kind of blurb over it there. And I think definitely the sword is like foil, it's like foil enhanced, right? And the shotgun is like the chrome, and the shotgun is like foil enhanced. So.
It's got to be the special hollow cover edition, so like it looks like she's pumping the shotgun when you move the cover.
Oh yeah, lenticular. Yeah, that's cool. Like lenticular cover, so that she's like.
Yes.
When you flip it back and forth, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we open up the cover. The first panel is the rainfall. Then the next is a bird flying with a few drops of rain. We cut down to the porch of outside of the patio outside of Smokey's home, and Rat in a bundle at their under their patio. And I'm going to start us off zoning into Rat's dreams by spending a single point of vision. So you are marking experience for having an onrushing revelation.
Cool.
And this means I spent one. You get to pick the person and the place that is in this vision from the list.
Okay, so I get to pick the person and the place from no
one's list. Yeah, the vision's
from the no one's list. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are good options. Okay, someone caring for you with the sole purpose of returning you alive to torment. Yeah, let's go with that. Go ahead and get that one out of the way. And a place amid filthy water, close and stinking, whose touch is corruption.
Yeah, so we cut into your dream. I think this you are on this small little island around fetid radioactive water. You can almost hear the Geiger counters jumping and dancing at the edges of it, and but you don't even smell or feel the fear of that water as someone is gently dampening a moist cloth over your forehead. And that's when you realize you can't move except for your head. Your limbs are bound. All of them seem to have been broken. You can't remember how. What do you do?
Bite the person's hand.
Oh. Ow! Shit! What the fuck? You little roach. There's a quick slap, a backhand across your cheeks.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do about it, but
they reach into the bucket, and I think they put the cloth back in, and this time they stuff the wet cloth into your mouth and start pulling up the bucket. If that's the way you're going to be, if that's the way this is going to be, then I'm not going to make this painless. and they lift the bucket over your head, and right before the water pours down, it's just this. It looks almost like a white, gloopy ooze coming out, and slowly it starts transforming into that huge, ginormous salamander. As it flops out of the bucket, lands atop you, you feel the aching, striking pain of all your broken limbs being struck at once. It licks its eyes, the blindness making it sway its head back and forth as it crawls away. You wake up. Who outside of Rat has found Rat of the in the players? Who wants to be in Rat's scene?
I think I do.
Okay. So yeah, Rat, you startle awake and Lively is above you.
And I think I'm like leaning over way closer than is comfortable, just kind of staring at you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I definitely hit you with something. Whatever's closest to hand. Because this is a whole lot like what was just in my dream. I'm not thinking super clearly. Fortunately, there's probably nothing all that great underneath this patio, and my weapon is a bent shitty knife. So yeah, I think I think I end up just like feeling around, not finding anything, and punching you from a really like awkward angle that there's no force behind.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I guess I'll just like, well, someone was having an interesting dream.
Yeah. Don't you know? Hi.
Hello, Rat. Nice to see you again. You're looking no worse than normal.
Yeah, what are you looking for me, or are you just wandering around under this patio?
I was just passing by, but you were whimpering in your sleep, and I couldn't resist that siren song.
Okay. That's a little strange, but no, I just a weird dream. That didn't. Sorry, I hit you. It took me a minute to wake up.
If it's not too early for it, I think, yeah, I'm gonna like lift my hand up for your attention. I'm wearing a violation glove, which in this case it lets me basically do brainer moves with skin contact.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a pretty creepy collection of like syringes and like electrodes, and it's a very scary looking glove. And I'm just gonna say, I can probably help with your dreams if you just let me into that head of yours.
I'm not sure that would be better.
Let's say, are you trying to manipulate them?
I think I am. Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, too bad you don't have charismatic, so roll with hot.
Yeah. 4.
I believe
So not convinced.
as a Rat is backing away, Rat, you back into someone, and you look back behind you, and it is Smokey coming out with an actual, for the first time, a hot, fresh meal for you.
Oh,
Are you
that's nice
okay,
of him.
Rat?
Yeah, fine. Just had a weird dream, and I'm fine. Thanks.
Smokey hands you the
thanks.
meal.
Yeah, I like take it and make like some attempt to not act like a starving dog here. But like, yeah, definitely just like eating it as quickly as possible.
Smokey will interpose himself between Rat and Lively. We have a problem here.
Uh, no, no problem at all. I was just talking with your nice rat friend.
Lively, Smokey reaches to, I'm going to say his at this point, if that's okay,
Sure.
belt, and I think the most dangerous thing on him at the moment is a screwdriver, but still, that would not feel good going into you. And it was like, I think you best be moseying on, miss.
Oh, fine. I was due to meet Pink Lady anyways. See you around.
Yeah, as soon as Lively leaves the panel, he completely shudders and just can't believe that worked.
I mean, I don't think she wasn't threatening me exactly. I think she was offering to help, but
Did you see
it's hard to
that
tell.
glove?
Yeah, that's not really the kind of help I want, but I don't think she meant any harm.
I wouldn't be so sure. Just because Ida Bomb looks over us doesn't mean she has all our best interests at heart.
I mean,
Just
of
keep
course
that in
not.
mind.
No one does.
Smarter than I give you credit for. I think it takes the empty. I think by the time he turned around, you finished the tray. What was a hot meal is a plate.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I no no look I get along with people. I like people. That doesn't mean I trust them.
You're much smarter than I gave you credit for. Maybe I'll let you come inside one day. Have a nice bed to sleep on. And he'll take the tray with the food, with the leftover or the remains, and walk back inside. And so, I think the page will turn, and I am curious, Calliope, where would we find you, or do you want a scene heart framed?
I think we would find me um, going to visit. Yeah, I'm going to go visit Desba. We find me in conversation with Desba about the fact that something needs to be done about this motherfucker that thinks that they can just come in here and kill our people.
Yeah, I think in the corner of the room is Justice Hammer, completely ready and rev to go if at a moment's notice. But this is a neo-technological lab. This has the technology of the American Empire. I imagine it's very Fallout meets Kirby-esque, with the vacuum tubes, liquids in the background going through spirals and swirls that we don't know what's doing. All sorts of just grandiose measurements. And Desba is ooh.
Like big, like big big tubes full of Kirby dots and stuff like that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
And I think we see this drone. I think you two are watching this surveillance drone in the American Empire as it gets further than any other ones have, but it still gets shot down, and she curses and slams her hand down. It's and you were there talking about to make sure you were talking about how the American Empire is needing to be. You were wanting to.
Why do you have to have? Why do they have to fly? Why do they have to fly? If you just sent in ones that just crawled along the ground, just scuttled, they wouldn't notice them. Why do they have to fly?
It's always been that way. I don't. it's easier for them to dodge. Well, should be. The controls get wonky after they get out of our range. So I I have been thinking of a newer technology though. I'll need. Have you heard of the old world tech of cybernetics, cybertronics?
And I kind of like, I look dubious. No.
And I think she grins like, I found something from the old warscapes. Rivets and this new like this I think kind of shambling war machine. What was rivets in the Allied Angels is like a K9 from the King's thing. In this version looks much more war primed and deadly.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a like she says rivets, whatever. It comes out and I'm like, like pointing my shotgun at it like, what the hell is that?
That is what may win us the war.
How do you what it's huh? And I stand up and I, kind of shotgun goes back and I walk up to it and I'm looking at it and I say, it doesn't look like something that the American Empire made.
It isn't. It's something an old ally of mine made. Someone who went missing on a very important mission. But I may have found what she last went looking for in this contraption, in this companion.
Well, and I kind of look at it and I say, so, how does it feel to be one of her ghosts?
Ooh. And you're saying that to rivets or to
rivets? Yeah.
I think he cocks his head and lets out this sort of robotic whine.
Okay. And so I kind of look at this thing and I kind of look back over my shoulder at her and I want to read her here.
Yeah, it's probably wise.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what she's like, why she's showing me this thing, if it's, or like what she means by it. So I'm rolling plus sharp. I got my,
That's
just
good.
gonna my regular tactile dice here. That's an 8, 2 4s.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you
like
hold
that.
one. Oh, that's with your
plus
two.
sharp.
That's a 10.
So that actually gets me to a 10. So yeah.
Rolled 3.
Okay. Wow. So I say to her, all right, what does this have to do with me? Which is, what does she wish I'd do?
For this project, I'm going to need a lot of flesh from people who no longer need it. You are the best one at divesting people I know of that divesting people of their need for their bodies.
So corpses.
Yes.
What are you going to do with them?
And she goes over to one of the computers with that fizzy electricity, presses a few buttons. This tube spins around, and there is a fully like Terminator-esque body of just cybernetics. I'm going to make a sleeper agent to send into the American Empire.
All right. How does that work? They'll be, so it's like you'll use their body to cover up that, I say, pointing at the robot skeleton.
I'll reconstitute their flesh into a polymer slurry to plate over this to make it look like a human of indistinct origin.
Huh. And so if you can't control a drone more than a couple of 100 yards into the Empire, how are you going to control one of these?
And she grins. This is different tech. This is something I can implant controls and schematics in here, send them in, and have them come back and report to upgrade things. It's not perfect, but it is better than what we have.
Hmm. I sort of look at her and I say, how long have you been working on this?
Oh, 3 months?
What is she really feeling?
Um, I think she's feeling hopeful that this will work. That she's maybe cracked the code finally.
Got it. Okay. Um, and I guess, and then I just, and so I point blank say, um, so will you be driving these things? Will they, I mean, will they have a mind of their own? How does that work?
They will have a predetermined code. There will be many algorithms, many different steps, but I will not put full sapience or sentience into them. I will not enslave a being to do my work.
Is she telling the truth about that?
She is, as far as
Okay.
she knows.
Okay. All right. She's telling the truth right now.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right. So I kind of nod and I say, well, this isn't any more insane than any of your other plans. And uh, I could use a workout. Is there any particular sheath that you have in mind?
And that's when she gives you a wicked, toothy, vengeful grin. A grin you know too well as the wanted poster for your rival, Kampfhund, pulls up. I've tracked him. He's hunting down a escapee in Freehold, a relative of Baleful Yuan. Quite gutsy, if you ask me.
Hmm. Well, just I, as long as you, as long as I can bring him to you without a head, we should be fine.
Oh, he's a tall bloke. I'm sure he has plenty of flesh to go around.
And yeah, and that's a scene as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's fine. And I think the page will turn. I like to act like there's like this instead of an ad, there's just a page like a smoke from a shotgun and like a blood splatter on the back of a black page. And we will cut to Bleak. And do you want a hard frame? Do you have a scene in mind of your own?
You can give me the hard frame.
I think you have been con, go, not constricted, but
Conscripted?
conscripted. Thank you, into the service of Ida Baum to heal some of the survivors of Swan Song, the hold that got attacked recently at the border. And we cut to you like a doing that doctorly thing of you like wrapping a bandage on someone, setting it down. See one of these like rare machines flatlining on one of the ICU patients, and but I think this is like one of the few times we see you working with other doctors. But the other, it's kind of I think the way you would call these other people doctors would be they don't know nearly as much as you do. This is like field like first aid class trainees versus your doctor skills.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So I'm just kind of moving around and directing them to do different things, and then tell them no, like no, don't use the synthetic binders. They always mess up. You need stem binders, and just kind of directed them. Say, this is what you need. That's what. Yeah, come on, guys, come on. It's flatlining. Get over there. It's important. You gotta triage the first person. The worst case, that's who you need to fix first.
And as you're walking by, this person who has been comatose since she arrived looks about 60 to be or 70. You give her maybe a 10% chance of survival, but her hand jerks out and grasps your wrist as you're going by her bedside.
I'll stop and look and uh, look her over and what see what's going on.
Her eyes are wide open. She doesn't seem she seems to be, I guess, in mild shock, but aware and awake. And she's she's looking around like she's not quite sure of her surroundings. Which, as last she was in a completely different place. So
I'll start asking like, do you know where you're at? Do you know what year it is?
do you want to maybe roll to read her?
Yes. So that is with which one?
Sharp.
Yeah, so that's a 5
With your +2?
with my +2.
Oh dear. Well, you hold one anyway, but be prepared for the worst. And I think she pulls you closer. I've seen it. I saw what they brought, what they had. Men of metal covered in fake flesh. Nah, wait. Let's script change that. I think that's cutting too much with the Desmond Henry. I think it's they've controlled let's see. What is a terrifying weapon of some kind? Oh, I remember. Uh they've merged animal and machine. They've crafted these entities that know no fear, know no hatred, know nothing but hatred of humans. They take the shape of pets, of animals, and hide in hide in your ranks. The chaos they sowed. She just begins trembling.
Okay.
You have one to spend.
Yeah, I guess. Are they? Is she telling the truth, or is she, just being delusional, or
She is delusional. She has seen something, but it may be more animalistic than human at the very least. But she's she seems, she's been comatose for weeks, and you have no idea how bad she was before they found her. So this doesn't sound like anything you've heard. So you assume delusional, and by honesty, I'm saying she is delusional.
okay. Yeah, so I'll direct somebody else over to, like, to check her out, and make sure she seems to be coming back to stable. Maybe there was a better chance for her than I expected.
And they'll begin doing some work. And I think like that's when you hear general uh, the general step of 10-inch stripper heels coming up the stairs. And that's when a Conan the Barbarian sized drag queen pushes himself through the door, and Ida Baum makes a grand entrance with Diabol. Let me check. Diabolique beside her to as a guard, and today's mask is glittery and golden, shining in like the sun itself as she casts an eye over to you. Well, 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 Grandma seems to be up and babbling. How are the rest?
They're doing better, and you're as lovely as usual, Ida.
Oh, flattery will get you nowhere. You've already gotten as far as I can throw you for the moment, dear. But you seem
Yeah.
to be doing good work. And she strides over. How tall is Bleak?
Um, I'd say probably like 5'10".
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he probably is like a full foot taller than you in these heels. So, and she bends over and I think begins slowly stroking your hair. Are you stressed out? Are you nervous? Do you need a break?
I could use some people that know what they're doing instead of these ones,
They're the
and a
best I've
drink.
they're the best I've got on short notice. She reaches in between her cleavage and pulls out a mighty fancy flask and hands it to you.
Thank you much. So, is this just a casual visit, or we got something more to do?
I am I'm wondering what you've learned from those who have woken up, and if there's anything to worry about.
Well, Grandma, as you call her, was just complaining about. She said she saw machines shaped like animals or something. Most of them haven't been able to identify what attacked them. Just lots of explosions and uh, laser fire, gunfire. I don't know. And yeah, but so I'm not really sure yet.
Give me a second. She walks over to I think it pushes past you to get close to the bed and places her hands on the one, like with her fingers on the side of the woman's head and her thumbs on her forehead, with pressing into the sinuses. And there's just like this
Make sure the alarm does not go off at
weird
7 a.m.
moment
or
of like
6 a.m.
I think like the wind pressure getting lower in the room, and she lets go, and you see her eyes seem a bit wilder than normal. No, that doesn't seem good. Um, I think I'm going to send Lively in to talk with this one. You're okay with that, aren't you?
Uh, yeah, I guess so. She's a little bit
Good,
weird, but she knows her stuff.
good, good. And I would say, do you want to try and read Ida Bomb?
Yeah, because I can't roll much worse. Um, okay, so that would be an 11.
Sweet, hold 3. And ask from the list.
All right. So she was asking if to call Lively in. Um, is that what uh, they would wish I would do?
Yes, she wishes that you would allow Lively in.
Yeah. And she's talking about some kind of robot things. Should we talk to Desma too?
Huh. I would. I guess I could allow her into the city, but I'd have to keep a close eye on her to make sure she doesn't nick anything that catches her fancy. Little
So,
moppet.
seems like you're taking a big interest in these people. Is there, any particular reason why, aside from growing the hold?
Well, whatever whatever took out their hold could come for us, and I don't like the idea of the American Empire having any kind of secret weapon against us they have ready to use. I like to imagine them as fools blindly scrabbling for power. makes me feel safer.
Um, and is that what she's really feeling?
Um, she is feeling desperate. She's feeling backed into a corner, like, unsure of what to do.
Let's have Lively talk to him and see what we can find out. Maybe we can get a better picture on what's coming down the pike.
Sure thing. And just let Lively do whatever she asks, and there'll be a big reward in it for you.
A reward, huh?
And I think she winks, and do you want to know if she's telling the truth? I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, she quite is trying to bribe you to you will, and I want to say like there is a page of her leaving Diabolique behind, which I'm sure will leave Bleak much joy. But I think there is I want to say there's a panel of Ida Bomb with Lively, like just like this one page spread, and Ida Bomb like a buying Lively a second drink, whatever Lively has at the bar, and bending in and saying, use the restraints if need be.
All right.
And I think we are at the top of the hour. How about we take a break till 10 after the hour and get back to it?
Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you.
See you guys after that.
So I did not know Zoom had a go live on YouTube feature. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's been what I've been using mostly.
Is it built in or is it like an add-on thing?
It's built in. I don't know if it's I think it's built in. I know it's useful because I also sign in with the Google account attached to the YouTube profile, so it's pretty simple and easy.
Cool.
And I'm like a Luddite, so the fact that it's simple and easy is very nice. Well, I know we're going to be having a scene with at least Lively and Bleak. I do kind of want to wait for Jim to get back to see if Calliope wants to jump in the scene and also give Rat a chance to maybe spy Lively going to head towards the doctor's office. Follow and see augury shenanigans mayhaps happen. Because that's never a bad thing to do in this first session.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If I can spy on people, I will spy on people.
Sweet. Let's at least have I mean, it's 12 after the hour. Let's Lively, are you going to be walking to the medical the medical area, let's call it, after your
Yes.
talk with Ida? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what do your void restraints look like since your glove is an unholy Cenobite nightmare?
Uh, like kind of like a crown, except if it had spikes pointing up and down, like sort of like wrapping around the face.
Oh, almost like a cage mask in a way.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't like that, but it's very, very thematic, and I love it. So you're walking to the medical area, and I think Rat will this time get the drop on. Actually, Rat, to I guess not be seen, I think I may want you to act under fire.
Sure. What is my cool? Okay.
Cool as one.
9.
Okay, I think you can prevent Lively from seeing you, but if you do, you will not be able to interfere with what Lively does. Like you'll have to keep like such a distance you won't be able to interfere.
I don't think I intend to interfere. I just want to know.
Sweet. So then that works. So yeah, Lively, you make it up the stairs to the area where all these people are being kept. Diabolique is standing next to the bed of dear sweet grandma, and Bleak is in the area. What do you do?
Uh, I think I'll just sort of wave like a just wave at Bleak as I pass, just all smiles and stuff, and just is the grandma lying on sort of like a one of those wheeled tables or
I think it's up to Bleak. Like, is this like are you making do with like a literal like pool hall, like pool table, or is this like a medical table, a cot?
Um, it's kind of it's a mix of like a handful of gurneys, a handful of cots, and like some folding tables that to fill out whatever the space is. So she can be on one of the gurneys.
Well, I think we're going to need to move Grandma here unless you want to give the whole room a show.
Is probably for the best. Hey, tall, dark, and scary. Why don't you lend a hand? Referring to Diabolique.
Diabolique glares at Bleak and just reaches down. Like you can tell that they're reaching down to just like heft the patient over their shoulder.
No, just move the whole thing. Don't. Jeez.
And tries to move it. The brake is in the way. Just tries to brute force it. Is not trying to move the brake at all. Doesn't seem to know what's happening.
I'll let him try for a moment and then just reach over and kick it up.
The
Try
gurney
now.
goes, yeah. I don't think they had ever stopped pushing. I think it goes forward a bit and they catch it and pull it back and try not to look stupid, glare at you a bit more and start moving her to wherever Lively tells them to move her.
And I'm just looking for a bit of privacy, so like the first empty room we find.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
off to the side here, there's a cloth curtain thing. You can kind of put them back over there and be some privacy for you.
And Rat can still see, right?
Yep.
Cool. I think I'm just going to kind of like peer down at her for a moment and be like, ugh. It's always a shame to put the older ones at risk. You know, they've had such full lives. I hate when I snuff them out.
Then don't, please.
I only have so much control about how this goes.
What are you doing?
Well, we need to get some more info about what happened, and I'm going to try the nice way, and if that doesn't work, we're going to go the probably illegal if there were laws still. So yeah, I'm going to try to open my brain to the psychic maelstrom, see if I can get the relevant information that way before I break out the augury.
Okay.
Good night.
Got a 12.
Okay. So welcome back, Jim. We are getting information from the grandma right now. And so opening your are you touching her? Or how are you getting this information?
Yeah, I'm absolutely like putting both hands on her face. I'm still wearing the violator glove, so it's probably very comfortable for her.
Okay, so yeah, you can also roll in-brain puppet strings depending on how this goes, I guess. Yeah. Who? I think you are very low to the ground. You're skittering about, and that's when you realize you're a cat. And you get into the house and you look and you see your food bowl is empty and you get angry and suddenly there's a ringing in your ears and you're really angry, just unimaginably furious at everything, and the only thing available to attack is this old woman. So you do.
Well, that is interesting. Huh. I don't suppose, Blake, you've heard anything about some little adorable kitten murders, have you?
Kitten murders would be a new one. No. She was saying something about animal robots attacking, but no kitten murders.
Don't know if this was a robot or not, but definitely a cat that just went into a berserk rage and attacked someone. It's fascinating.
How was that fascinating and not horrifying?
There's a certain amount of overlap. Uh, so if I use augury, I can reach through the psychic maelstrom to someone or something connected to it. Could I possibly bring the cat into the room?
You could. You can
Okay,
also peer back into the time when the cat did this to see, like, maybe even like view it from other angles.
okay, yeah, I'm definitely breaking out the augury now. So yeah, Pleek, I think this is interesting enough. It warrants a proper investigation, and I break out the creepy cage mask and just slide it down on the grandma.
She looks horrified. Roll plus weird.
I'll try and comfort her, like, just breathe calmly, calm. Just it'll be over before you know it. Just think, you know, try and not focus on it too much. It'll be okay.
Got a 10.
Sweet. So choose your first. You have one option to choose first, and then two options after that.
All right. I think I'm gonna reach through the world's psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically trying to like reach out to the cat, see if I can bring the cat over to the.
You can.
All right, excellent. And for the two options,
I will say you will not need it to persist if you bring it over. That is an instantaneous action.
I'm gonna say it reaches deep into the world's maelstrom. That seems like a useful quality, and let's say it's stable and contained, no bleeding.
Okay, yeah. You reach into like, how does this look like in the comic panel? Like, does this open a rift like right at her head that you're reaching into? Does it like project over her? Does it project like to your side?
I think like sort of glowing energy sort of comes out of the crown of the cage and just sort of rips open in the air, and I just shove my hands all in there and pull out a cat.
There is this very, if you've seen a Lucian Kahn's cat, it is very much a chonky gray cat that looks very confused, and but doesn't seem to be very angry. Confused, kind of cuddly.
It looks like
Well,
a cat.
yes. Yes, it does. This is just getting more interesting.
The grandmother starts screaming in terror and like trying to bat away the cat. The cat does kind of get anxious at this.
Uh, okay, I'm playing a monster. I just drop the cat, just from like several feet up, see if like startling it will provoke some kind of response or like aggression or something.
The cat lands on its feet and the looks at the screaming lady and walks out and I think walks past Rat and is just walking around in the room like a cat.
Huh. All right then.
Oh,
Yeah, the grandma is crying, clearly stressed that the cat is here. It's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. It's a secret war machine.
it's just a normal cat. It's just a normal cat. Just, calm down. You're okay.
What is on my head? It summoned the beast. The great techno Satan will, oh, the great techno lords will destroy us all.
Uh, Go ahead.
I get the crown off of her because that's important technology. I can't have her damaging that.
He calms down a little bit.
I'd call somebody over to like shoot her with Thorazine or something.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, so Rat, how do you feel?
I'm confused. Like, okay, that's a cat. That's not a robot. Um, actually, you know, this is weird enough. I guess, gonna check on that conclusion and see if I can catch the cat.
Yeah, the cat is very chonky and easy to catch.
Cool. And I'm just like looking at like, no, it's a cat. I guess I am. What am I doing here?
Are you
What is the
opening your
move?
brain to the cat's maelstrom?
Sure, that sounds like a good move. Nothing could go wrong there. That is a 6, but I have 2 weird, so 8.
Yeah, and the cat meows, and I think it becomes like this weird droning, humming sound in your ears. You are slowly, then it starts changing pitch, and you realize that whatever sound that this changing pitch is all that the cat has been hearing until it got here.
Ah, and now I'm hearing what the cat's hearing. Wait, is the cat still hearing it, or
Nope, not it. No longer hears it here, and that's why it
okay?
seems to be so calm. At
Cool,
the very
but I
least.
am. All right, great. Is it a sound I recognize?
Nope, but it makes you quite angry.
Yeah, I mean, well, hearing weird noises in your head that you can't get rid of does do that. Huh. Um, just to make sure that it is in fact in my head, like I'm just gonna like cover my ears and see if it changes the pitch. Like walk around and see if I notice it getting louder or softer.
Oh, I think as you the closer you get to lively, the louder it gets.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But putting your hands over your ears does nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay, so the closer I get to lively, uh, I don't know why lively is making this awful sound, but and does anyone else seem to be reacting to it around lively?
No, but you suddenly realize if Lively was dead, the sound would probably stop.
Yeah, but I don't know that. Like, it might not.
But no, it just seems like common sense now.
um, yeah.
Yeah, do you maybe want to act under fire to resist this urge?
Yeah, because like I know that Lively has, that glove and has is better armed than I am. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
In many ways.
and there's also a doctor with a shotgun in there.
Yeah, and I don't know, like, I don't know how he would react to this. So, that's a 9.
Yeah. I bet. I'm not sure how anyone would help during this time, sadly, but I say you can avoid the urge. You can, I guess, divert the urge by destroying some physical property, but you will make a scene.
Cool. Right. Okay. So, what is around here to destroy?
Some medical supplies.
Excellent. I'm sure there's a jar of some kind of drugs that people will definitely be upset if I break, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna pick that up and throw it against the wall.
Mm-hmm. Bleak, you hear the shattering of the most potent drug in your stash.
I'll rush out and what the hell? Immediately look towards Diabolique.
Bleak is laughing.
And Rad is like covering their ears, even though it's not doing any good.
Oh, I think like as the glass shattered, it stopped. The
Oh,
sound
it stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all right. I mean, it worked. That was a weird thing to do, but it worked, so I'm not gonna question it.
That was like a month's supply of meat mesh you just destroyed. What the hell?
They're not destroyed. You can I'll pick it out of the glass for you. It's fine. I was just trying to make the wine stop.
The wine stop.
The noise. The noise around Lively. But it stopped. It stopped. So I guess it worked. And I'm like picking, like go over and like try to find the pills and pick them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay? The noise stopped?
It stopped. Yes. It's a really weird sound. It
What did it sound like?
kind of a droning sound, like it's hard to explain. It was really irritating. It was like just imagine the worst sound you've ever heard just going on and you can't.
Lively, you've heard this as a cat.
Fascinating. And where's it coming from?
You.
Huh.
Why were you doing that?
Oh, Ida Bomb wanted me to. And I was curious.
Well, okay, so it made me want to kill you, so you might want to not do that.
On the other hand, if I do it again, we can see if this passes from person to person, or does it every time someone new get affected? This is critical information.
Wait till I leave because somebody's gonna want to kill you probably.
Yeah, I think like at this point I want to see Rat leaving and maybe Calliope walking by to find Rat heading out of the building.
Rat, good. I am going to freehold, and I could use someone to watch my back.
Do they make? Yes, absolutely.
I'm getting paid, so I'll cut you in, and it'll be
Even
faster.
better.
It'll be faster if we go there and you're.
Sure. Yes. I think there's still fuel. I gotta add some soon, but it's fine for now, I think.
Your pod thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think you have gotten the person that Compfund is hunting down. It is Cindy Yuan, and do you want to maybe warn Bleak that someone who holds a bunch of medicine is targeted by an assassin? Might mean there's a price on his head too.
Well, no, Bleak's not an escapee from the Empire.
Fair.
He's got nothing to worry about. As far as I know, they only go after escapees from the Empire. So, is that Did you get hurt? I say, pointing at the like bit of whatever, like the like artificial flesh that's like splattered across the back of your arm. Rat.
Wait, why would I have? Wait,
Didn't you like smash up a bunch of stuff?
not just like a bottle of pills.
Oh, I thought it was some kind of like some kind of flesh stitch stuff or something like that.
Oh no, it was
Yeah.
medicine.
It
Oh, it was
meat
medicine.
mesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So,
But
Yeah,
I
all right.
looked down like, nah, just a few glass cuts. I don't know
okay.
what your problem
Is Rat armed right now?
is. Rat carries the weapon they always carry, which is a bent, shitty knife.
Okay. So like, can we stop and get Rat? Like, I want to stop and just get Rat a pistol somewhere.
That would
Like
be good.
just a like a fucking 9mm or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
you can.
just like,
Do you want to drop barter and try and buy a pistol?
yeah, let me do that. So I've got I start with 2.
Yeah, so drop as much barter as you want, then roll 2d6 plus the barter you drop, which can be 0.
I'll drop 1. I'll drop 1 to try and get and so I'm gonna go visit I think we need like an arms dealer character.
Okay, yeah, this is ooh.
If you've got one, then we can do that, but
I do not have one off the top of my head, but I'm imagining someone just with the showmanship of Moxie from Borderlands.
yeah, that's
And
fantastic.
I like this is this has to be moral, just from Doom Patrol, morally corrupts Arms and Armistice.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
And just I imagine that this is a place for your bams, whams, and shablams, honey.
Cool. I go walking in. I come walking in, like like they have a metal detector at the front. Like they don't have like a door chime or a, like a whatever, like a bell over the door. There's a metal detector there, and everybody that walks in here sets it off, basically. So that's how they weep, 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 and like the light flashes for a little bit, and that's how they know a customer has come in.
Yeah. I like to imagine that Morley Corrupt is a very big girl, and her sidearm of choice is a Magnum she can one-hand fire.
Sure. So I come walking in, I say, hey, MC, I need a pistol for Rat here. And I would love it if we could just take as received, like, have you ever seen The Quick and the Dead?
I have not.
So it's a Western, and there's a thing where they walk into the gun shop, and like Leonardo DiCaprio owns the gun shop. He says, I need a gun for my friend. And then Leonardo DiCaprio goes like loving detail about like 3 or 4 different like beautiful, pearl handled, silver encrusted. And so like I get a whole lecture about 3 or 4, whatever, like, this is the gun that, killed the last president of the United States and stuff like this. And I like slap a $5 bill down on the counter and I say, give me the cheapest piece of shit that you have, as long as it shoots straight.
And she looks down, like pulls out this box. Like you have a choice between a Beretta 9mm or a 22 pistol.
And I reach down and I pull out the Beretta, and and I check the slide and everything. And like she would not sell me she wouldn't sell a gun that didn't work.
Oh, hells no. This is about dealing death.
I'm kind of looking at it and everything. I pop the mag out and perfect. I'll take it. And I hand it to Rat. I hand it to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you get a 2-harm, close, loud reload gun.
Cool.
And yeah, why don't you roll me a 2d6 plus 1? I want to check something.
Yeah, sure. My 2d6 is 6 and 4 for 10. Plus 1 gets me to 11.
Yeah, and I think Morally Corrupt will look down at Rat, and there is just this sad emotion on her face. Oh, poor little thing. You look like a stiff breeze would bruise you up. And,
Tougher. They're tougher than they look, I say.
oh, they'll be tougher with this. And she pulls out a like a thin, self-stitched up Kevlar like sheet. And Rat, you now have 1 armor.
Oh, good. Yes. I will happily take this and use it because I had no armor. Now I have armor. Yay.
And
I say, thanks, MC. If this goes the way I think it's gonna, I'll have something to tell you over drinks.
well, I'll keep your favorite on tap.
So, and I turned to Rat and I kind of actually, I go, you know how to use one of those, right?
And I'm actually looking at it like, do I? It feels familiar.
Okay, come here.
I think
and
so.
like and like we go walking out and we go around the corner, and I just like get behind Rat, turn their shoulders, and we're like in the alley next to Morally, what is it? Morally
Corrupts arms and armistice. Morally corrupts arms and armistice.
Morally corrupt. Yeah. So we're in the alley behind there, and like I feel like there's like a big concrete wall there with like just like thousands of bullet holes in it, like it's been shot to shit, because that's what people do. They get it, they come around the corner, and then they point it down. And so I like just like get in behind Rat, who is like you're like tiny, right?
I'm like, well, compared to most of the people here, apparently, I'm like 5'4" or so.
Yeah, so I'm like like 6 feet, like we said, kind of solid as a rock like this. And so I just kind of like square your shoulders. Okay, arm up, out straight, and I'm doing that thing where I'm like behind you, and I'm kind of like leaning in, and you've got your arm up. And I do that thing where I like wrap my hand around yours, and okay, don't pull, just let your breath out and squeeze. And and kind of like squeeze on your hand as it does. And can we like do you sit still for this lesson?
Mostly. I'm a little nervous about your snakes.
Oh, they're like tied back. So like
okay.
they're kind of hissing a little maybe, but not
right. Yeah.
Not like,
so I kind of like give them a few looks, but otherwise. Yeah.
So can we count this as a moment of intimacy?
I would, except I'm worried about Rat's special move, which would change
I have
playbooks.
that special move. Yeah.
So this is me initiating that moment of intimacy. Does that?
I was like, I'm fine with you triggering yours. If like Rat, I will give you the option to trigger yours if you'd like, because I think you want to still explore the no one, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think that that this would necessarily count for me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So so for the gunlugger, I take +1 forward, and at my option, they take +1 forward too. So I'm gonna give them +1 forward.
Cool.
Our kind of
on anything in particular, or
whatever you roll next.
+1 forward.
Hey, yeah.
Our cozy little shooting lesson. We'll both
yeah,
get a
and I want
to
say, and I think this is a great time as you pull the trigger. I think that there is no special move from Rat, but I will spin my final hold for a vision. And again, with one hold, you get to choose the person and the place.
Person and place. Okay. This might be slightly more pleasant. Or nope. There's still plenty of. Let's get the really awful ones out of the way first. this is a place of corpses. And the people are oh, okay. The people are inhuman beings moving and acting with manifest intelligence.
You are suddenly shooting a lurching, hideous thing of flesh and radiation, a ghoulish beast of just utter hideousness. It goes down, and you swiftly take out a magazine, drop it, reload, click it into place. You have done this so many times. You are just doing it by muscle memory. You line it up at the next one who was lunging at you. 2 shots, it's down. Next one shot, it's down. It's becoming a two road at this moment, but you can see they're almost dancing, and you have to get them to stop. You can't let them finish the final step. What do you do?
I turn and run.
You turn, and your teammates, their body trips you. You begin crawling away, and every member of your team is at your feet. Every one of them emblazoned with the Apocalypse Angel's insignia. Every one of them splattered with their own blood and gore. How do you feel? What do you do?
I think I'm too panicked. Like at this point, like I think the act of turning and running was just like something clicked, and I'm just getting out of there.
As you see these gates you are sure will lead you out of hell, you feel the pressure in the air as the final step is reached. The sound stops. There is pure silence. The gates open with a sickening creak, and you feel the step of something touching the earth. That is when the thunder of the gun brings you back, and in a flash, you are in Calliope's arms again.
And I just hope I didn't like do anything because I don't want to discuss that vision.
Oh, and I
Hope she
say,
didn't notice.
I think I say, bullseye. That's great. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't overthink it, I say. You'll be fine.
I think there's like these like 4 cans just on the ground, each one like perfect shot.
Yeah, I know I've done this before somewhere.
I think that could like the final panel is just Rat looking down at the gun and feeling a familiar weight in their hands again. And with that, let's do the end of session move. So, Lively, who do you think knows you better?
I think it's a toss-up between Rat and Bleak.
I mean, Bleak did help you commit augury. Could have like talked the patient down.
Yeah, I think it's Bleak.
Okay, Bleak, increase your history with Lively by 1. Rat, who knows you better?
I think Calliope does.
And Calliope, that brings you to 3 with Rat, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Calliope, who knows you better?
Definitely Rat.
Good. And Bleak, who knows you better?
Lively.
Okay. So I'm going to end the broadcast. Thanks everyone who has watched, and we're going to do debrief off camera.